David Cassidy, man undercover, won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about House. Spooky.
Oh, spooky comedy?
Well, it's weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so I really liked this movie when it first came out, when I was a kid. And watching it again, I think, well, first of all, I was a big William Katt fan.
No, how could you not be?
From Greatest American Hero, which was so good.
He had the curliest hair.
He had, and the blondest, curliest hair. And also from Carrie.
Yeah.
He was great in Carrie, but I think I realized what the problem with William Katt is. Not problem, but I think William Katt, I really enjoy.
Yeah.
But he does best as a straight man in a pair.
Yeah.
Greatest American Hero is so good because of the relationship between he and Robert Culp.
Okay.
And his girlfriend, to some extent.
Yeah.
I think played by Connie Silica, if I'm correct.
Yes, I think that's right.
But they were such a good team, and he played a great straight man. And
Right.
in House, the scenes where he's alone, this time watching it, I don't think he was as interesting as like when he was paired up with George Wendt or...
Yeah, he definitely is better when he plays off of people.
It's got a middle act. Like the act
Right,
two
right.
is kind of slow.
It's weird because a lot of it's just him, and it's weird, and like him running around in his old Vietnam War uniform,
Yes.
being a weirdo.
Also, at the time, in the 80s, it was a big resurgence of Vietnam
Yeah.
media, like Vietnam TV shows, Vietnam
Yeah.
songs, Vietnam,
It was trying to
movies.
not whitewash it necessarily, but I think that a lot of it was trying to deal with the PTSD of Vietnam by making it seem better than it was.
A lot of the veterans, like Oliver Stone, who served
Yeah.
in Vietnam, were telling their story, and their story was not the story that was told at the time. Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
and it was horrific. The war was horrific, and when these kids came home, unlike any other war we've ever had, they weren't celebrated.
Right,
They
right.
were spit on, and they were called
Right.
baby killer, and it's a stain. Vietnam was a stain on our country, and I think in the 80s, not so much whitewashing, but especially in the like real Vietnam movies, like Platoon or Full Metal Jacket, they tried to show what it was really like for these kids, and how difficult it was. The problem with the flashbacks in House was it was very surface. It was like MTV version of Platoon.
It looked like they were shooting in somebody's backyard.
And look, I love Richard Moll. I love Richard Moll.
Yeah.
But he just didn't have the chops.
The one thing, except for George Wendt, I think the one thing everybody in this had in common was that everybody really loved to overact. There was a lot of overacting going on, especially from William Katt, especially from Richard Moll.
Yeah.
And I love Richard Moll, don't get me wrong. But, man, he was just like, all right, I'm crazy Vietnam killer guy. Like, his facial expressions you need to do a drinking game with his facial expressions. Yeah.
But saying all that, I think it was a really fun movie, and it definitely, watching it, it seems like it would fit really well in the Evil Dead universe.
It would be a good double feature with Evil Dead.
Yeah, and I think what really grabbed me as a kid were the creature designs.
Yeah.
Because they were very specific, and they were very goopy and gross.
Oh, and they were practical effects will always win the day.
Yeah, and it definitely had the same DNA as the, not Cenobites. What are they called in Evil Dead?
The Deadites.
The Deadites. Thank you. It definitely had a Deadite feel to it.
Definitely. That whole feel. It was, and it kind of, I could kind of see confusing the two, because definitely like going into the mirror and then that whole like open space was very kind of Xenobite-ish, that kind of like weird, I'm going to another cosmic horror world. And, and it just, and you're right. And I didn't even really think about it until you mentioned it. And it's like it could totally fit in that world of the weirdness that is the Evil Dead.
Right, and a lot of the ghosts and stuff had the same type of feel as Evil Dead. You know, they were like, in Evil Dead, it's his girlfriend, but it's this presence. It's like a demon or whatever that these Deadites are.
Right.
And I kind of feel it was the representation of the house, and the house wants humans, and they want to trick. It was really cool because his aunt, you know, she comes back and she's like, look, they tricked me. They got me. They finally tricked me. So watch out. And the great thing is at the end, they're like, kill yourself or I'll kill your kid.
Right.
So the house is definitely trying to trick him. So it comes back in a very clever way. It's weird that it's. There are theories in my brain. I'm not saying they're on the internet. They probably are. But this is kind of like a Jacob's Ladder type of deal, where you know, either he died in Vietnam or he, something happened, and this is kind of what's going through his brain, dealing with the process.
Right.
I think that's giving a lot more credit to this film.
Yes, I would 100% agree with that.
Because I think they were, trying to make a horror comedy, and it's not 100% successful. I don't know if I'd even really call it a horror comedy.
It's weird because there's definitely some funny moments in it, but it does not feel like a comedy. Not like Student Bodies, which obviously is very much a comedy and very different.
And it's ultimately a wish fulfillment story.
Yeah.
And a redemption story.
Yeah.
About finding his kid. Oh, man, that kid. You're sitting in a cage with a dead Vietnam guy for a year?
Yeah.
I don't think
Too much.
He was seemed pretty well adjusted at the end.
Yeah, he seemed fine.
He was cool, though. He seemed tough. Like, I like that the kid wasn't just like, daddy.
Yeah.
It seemed like he got some hair on his chest during this ordeal.
Probably had to. He aged 15 years while he was in that cage.
But, with you thinking that he kills his wife, there were some fun little things. And George Wendt makes this movie. Oh, he steals the show.
Totally, 100% agree.
George Wendt is so good at being the good guy neighbor, or the good guy this, or the good guy that.
He could have come off as being an overbearing neighbor, but he genuinely seemed like he was caring for William Katt.
I totally agree. Because, look, he pushes himself into his orbit.
Yeah.
Finds out that he's the writer and is like, you're my favorite writer of all time.
I carry the broken paperback copy in my back pocket for some reason.
And when William Katt is kind of a jerk, he's like, I need my solitude.
Yeah.
He was very understanding.
Yeah.
And even when he called all the stuff that he did was done from a place of caring.
He was worried.
Yes.
He was worried that his favorite author was going to kill himself.
Yeah.
and something was wrong. Something was definitely wrong with him.
And one thing that I absolutely loved that most movies don't do, that drives me freaking crazy, is when finally the creature comes out, grabs Cat, pulls him in.
Yeah.
There's none of that, this didn't happen. This didn't.
Oh, yes.
You find Wendt with a bottle of bourbon, just drunk and so scared, and just like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're okay.
That sequence when he wakes him up and he immediately strikes at him with a bat, it's like,
with
that
is bottle.
So real. That is so real.
Yeah, and then taking him to, look, George Wendt was such a treasure, man.
Yeah.
And anything that he was in, it always made it better. And look, the guy wasn't, De Niro.
No.
He had his lane, but nobody drove that lane better than him, in my opinion.
He was so good.
And he really, without him, I don't think this movie would have been that good.
He single-handedly made this movie relatable.
Yeah.
And, because otherwise, William Katt was so all over the place.
Well,
and the wife was a little bit, but not in it enough, but George Wendt was the guy that you identified with.
Right. He was us. He was the audience surrogate. Because Katt was he's a Stephen King-like horror writer.
Yeah.
I love the scene when he's doing the book signing.
The book signing, yeah.
It looks just like a Twisted Sister video, with all the weirdos and the kind of fisheye lens thing going on. But what I loved, it was like, what's next? Well, I'm going to do a very deep and personal story about my experiences in Vietnam. And then the fan's like, okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
But so, he's an author. It's funny watching this movie with space from my William Katt fandom.
Right, right.
It's very different. But I'm not going to say that it was necessarily downgraded for me.
Right, right.
It just was a different experience, I suppose.
Yeah. I had never seen it before. It's one of those that I always knew of because of the poster with the disembodied hand ringing the doorbell.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So like I knew what it was, but I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that William Katt was in the movie, or George Wendt for that sake.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It had some pacing issues. But it was fun, and I definitely think it was good enough that I'm curious about the sequels.
Yeah.
Even though they have nothing to do with this movie, but it's very much a Die Hard situation where they kept getting other scripts, and then we're gonna make it a house movie.
I think I know I saw the second one. I think I stopped there.
It's probably for the best.
But we were talking about this yesterday too. You know, a lot of movies this year have bumped up because we've seen them, and because subsequent movies have been kind of crappy. I think this movie kind of suffers the opposite, which some of the movies that we covered do, which is it was a more laconic time in terms of pacing. Things got to kind of suss themselves out.
Right.
And they didn't need to move at this breakneck pace of boom, 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 assaulting us, especially with horror movies, you know?
Right.
So I think in that respect, I'll give it a little grace because of just the changing of the times.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad enough that I was bored during the movie or anything.
It was mostly the second act.
Yeah, it was just a lot of him discovering things and the opening act was really interesting with showing the kid disappearing and then getting back in the house and it was interesting. It was cut really well. It was very interesting, but the second act got really slow, and then finally it was okay, something's happening. He's going to do something about it.
Right.
And then the third act started, and it was okay.
Third act goes and goes and goes. It's that's where it has pacing problems. It's because the first act, you get all the information.
Yeah.
You get set up. You get boom, boom, boom. We get to the house, and we get there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But then it's like you said, it's him in his fatigues.
Yeah.
Running around and
it's definitely the most PTSD part of it, and the most dealing with that in the whole Vietnam War. But I don't think that the director or the writer really had the chops to be able to pull off a deep dive into PTSD in Vietnam War.
It is what this movie was about, but it doesn't seem like it was the movie that was made.
Right.
They wanted to make more of a surface.
Yeah.
He has problems because of Vietnam.
Right.
They're very cliched problems. It's a very tired story,
Well, it's a very, very tired story of you didn't murder your best friend because then he got tortured to death.
That was actually a pretty good scene with their little heads smushed up against each other. And both of them did a really good job.
Yeah, and the fact that he got pulled away and he could have killed him. He could have killed him, but he didn't.
And he probably should have. Fun movie. Let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Take yourself back to 1985.
Ooh.
November 19th, in Geneva, U.S. President Ronald Reagan and Soviet Union leader Mikhail Gorbachev meet for the very first time.
Mommy, why does that man have jelly on his forehead? Oh, maybe we should help him get it off. Ronnie, that's Mikhail Gorbachev. You're supposed to talk to him. Okay, Mommy, are we talking about movies? Should I talk about the monkey I worked with? That's a recording from he and his
Gorbachev.
Wife. Well,
no, they were talking
Nancy,
about it.
Right before the meeting.
Yeah, he was very deep into dementia by this point.
Hot mic.
November 20th, Microsoft Corporation releases the first U.S. release of Windows 1.0 as version 1.01.
The last time that program worked.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Everybody is so freaking out about the new Windows and having to switch over.
Oh, because they're not supporting an older one or something.
My stepdad, he's got to buy a whole new computer.
Really?
Because nothing will be supported on the other one.
Weird. Okay.
He's got to back he's so pissed. But I get it. I mean, he's like, back everything up. But he's got to get a new computer. But they've got a good tech guy that comes. They got their Geek Squad guy.
Nice. December 1st, the Ford Taurus and Mercury Sable are released for sale to the public in the U.S.
The Mercury Sable. It was the least sable-y,
We had a Mercury. I don't think it was a Mercury Sable. We had some kind of Mercury growing up.
Oh, yeah?
And, it was awful. It was just a big boat. Yeah, it was awful. It was ugly. And, in fact, I want to say, I think that when I got to college, I think my parents gave it to me. I don't remember now. Man,
No.
it was like 45 million years ago.
Sure was.
Yeah.
45 million.
Yeah. December 6th, House is released in theaters. So, House comes from the mind of Fred Dekker. The name might sound familiar as he wrote and directed Night of the Creeps, released in 1986, his directorial debut.
His decoratorial debut.
His decoratorial debut. And The Monster Squad, released in 87, which he co-wrote with Shane Black.
Nice. That's a classic.
Monster Squad is great.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I know people love that movie.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it in probably 30 years.
Might have seen it when it came out.
But we'll have to cover it at some point.
Hey,
it's a fun movie.
It's spooky season. Maybe I'll pop it in.
Wolfman's got nards. That's a line from the movie. Because he kicks him in the balls.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a good, young teen adventure movie. It's fun.
It's like Explorers with monsters.
But better.
Everything's better.
And obviously Monster Squad is much better than RoboCop 3, which he also directed, released in 1993, which he co-wrote with Frank Miller.
The Frank Miller?
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
Stain on Frank Miller.
Oh, not good. Not good at all.
I'm sure he was not. Look, probably Frank Miller, their first draft was like a nice R-rated.
Oh, I'm sure it was violent, gross, and disgusting.
And then the studio's like, gotta make it PG-13.
We've talked about this before, and I don't remember when, but RoboCop 3 suffered from the fact that between 2 and 3, they released a cartoon.
Yes.
And the cartoon, they were like, well, we gotta sell toys, so you gotta tone it down for RoboCop 3. And then Frank Miller was like, but the budget is half blood. How can you, how?
Yeah.
And then they just made it bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was bad. And plus, what's his name? Peter
Weller.
Weller wasn't in the movie
Well,
either.
because he was jumped off a sinking ship. He knew.
Yeah, it was not good.
I'm not going to sully my reputation with this sequel.
This is another. If you really want a good RoboCop 3, you need to play Rogue City, the video game, which is essentially a direct sequel to RoboCop 2, and much better, much better.
Yes.
In the early 80s, Dekker was going to film school at UCLA when the film director Steve Miner asked him to write the script for Godzilla King of the Monsters in 3D in 1983.
Oh, man, the 3D in the 80s was so bad. They pushed it so hard, but it was so bad.
Trying so hard, I know.
It was still those blue and reds.
Yeah, it was not good. Dekker later stated the reason why Miner hired him was because Dekker was not a Godzilla fan, finding the original films to be cheesy, stating,
He did not want to make a cheesy film, and I wasn't interested in just special effects and knocking buildings down. The first thing I said to Steve was, if all this movie is about is this big monster destroying buildings, we're screwed.
Dekker was bored by the original Toho films, having never been able to sit through any of them to completion.
Well, he's an idiot.
I got to be honest, I've never watched any of the movies either.
I was obsessed with monster movies as a kid.
It just, I couldn't get past the cheesy suit. It just didn't,
Godzilla, Smog Monster, all of it, everything.
So instead, Dekker took inspiration from Steven Spielberg films and James Bond films. He wanted to write an action adventure with an Irwin Allen quality that would have been interesting even without Godzilla in it.
Okay.
So apparently, from everything I read, the script was really good.
Sure.
He did a really good job with it. It was really fun. Part of the problem was that it was going to be insanely expensive.
Yes.
Over $30 million in 1983.
Oh, yeah.
And every studio was like, pass.
Yeah. Well, this might have been one of the rare instances where somebody who doesn't care for the material would actually make something good out of it.
Right.
Usually it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Witcher people.
Yeah, well, yeah. But he had the spirit of it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Godzilla. I mean, you're going to feature a giant monster knocking buildings down.
Yes.
So you got to make everything around it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sad that we didn't get to see it.
Yeah. So after every studio turned it down, the rights reverted back to Toho. He just kind of let it go. Steve Miner did. Prior to the failed Godzilla project, Steve Miner cut his teeth on horror movies, working with Sean S. Cunningham on a number of projects, including The Last House on the Left in 1972, directed by Wes Craven.
Classic.
Miner worked as a production assistant and assistant editor. He was very young. He worked on Case of the Full Moon Murders, also known as The Case of the Smiling Stiffs, in 1973, a sexploitation comedy co-directed by Sean S. Cunningham.
Never saw it.
I never saw it either, and I don't think it's probably worth it.
I don't know. It sounds kind of good.
Miner worked as the editor and second unit director. He also worked on Video Vixens in 1975, a sex comedy that a bunch of the Last House on the Left crew worked on.
I did see that one.
Video Vixens?
I do not remember it, but I did see it.
Miner worked as the script supervisor and assistant editor.
I seem to recall the script supervisor work was excellent.
Yes. I personally was a fan of the assistant editing. That was done very well.
He got all the words right.
He also worked on Here Come the Tigers in 1978, a sports comedy directed by Sean S. Cunningham.
Okay.
Miner worked as a producer, second unit director, and editor.
I think that wasn't that about a baseball team?
Yes.
I could be wrong, but I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. He also worked on Manny's Orphans, also known as Kick, in 1978, another sports comedy directed by Sean S. Cunningham.
Sounds sort of familiar, the Kick part.
Yeah. Miner wrote the story for the film and edited and produced the movie, which is interesting. In 7 years, he managed to work his way up completely.
Well, that's what happened back then when you worked for these guys. When I worked for Corman, when I did my internship for Corman, they offered me a job on the next film. They said, look, you'll do craft service on this, and then we're going to bump you up, and then you'll work your way up, and then if you do a good job and you know what you're doing, you could be directing in 7 years.
Right.
And I should have taken it. But I finished college.
Right.
Stupidest decision of my life.
In 1980, Miner worked on Friday the 13th as associate producer, unit production manager, and assistant director.
Nice.
The movie would make almost $60 million on a $500,000 budget, the highest grossing independent film ever made at the time.
It was so good. We'd covered it.
We did.
We listened to our Friday the 13th show. But you look at it now and you're like, cliche, but bullshit. It created the cliches.
I feel like the movie still holds up.
Absolutely holds up.
Yeah.
And the twist at the end with it's the best of them all. And she was a much better villain than Jason Voorhees because she was a human being.
Yeah.
With actual motivations and, and a reason for what she did.
Yeah.
Not just some lumbering, hulking, malformed glob of evil.
This is the irony. We talked about this during the Friday the 13th episode, but the sequel was supposed to be completely different. Kind of like what House did, with like a different story and featuring a house. The original Friday the 13th Part 2 was going to be completely different, have nothing to do with Jason, have nothing to do with the mom. The whole thing of the kid at the end was just a joke that the crew did, that they were like, whatever. But then, of course, studio heads were like, no, we need to have Jason in the movie. And that's why Sean S. Cunningham did not direct the second movie. He left the project.
Good for him. It's exactly why they screwed up Halloween, because Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, was supposed to be the beginning of the new Halloween movies, which are the exact same thing that you were talking about.
Yeah, doing just anthology movies of whatever, and
we can't have any originality.
Nope. But how else do we market the movie? We don't know how to market a movie that has all new things in it.
Just make the same goddamn movie and change a few things.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's really not hard.
In horror movies, nobody cares.
So obviously with the success of the movie, a sequel was inevitable, and when production of the sequel went with bringing Jason Voorhees bring him as the villain, Cunningham backed out, and Miner embraced the idea, making it his directorial debut with Friday the 13th Part 2. Look,
between Halloween and Friday the 13th, they invented the lumbering, soulless, evil, unkillable amalgam of goo.
Right. I mean, and I don't blame Steve Miner. Look, man, if I worked on a movie and the director was like, I'm not going to do it, and they asked me to, I would 100% direct the goddamn movie.
Of course. This guy has been working towards directing for years.
Yeah.
And your first movie, most people, especially back then, your first movie is not going to be Citizen Kane.
No.
Your first movie is either a Corman flick, some sort of, drive-in.
You got to have something you cut your teeth on.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's these lower budget movies. I truly believe that working on these lower budget movies with all of the restrictions and the creative decision, the creative solutions you have to come up with within the budgetary constraints. Yeah. And you really have to solve problems to become creative. And I think the guys that started with these types of films become the greater directors, like Scorsese, De Palma, and Coppola. They all started with Corman.
Yeah. The restrictions lead to better creative decisions.
Exactly. Yeah. And then once you get to the point where you are given the money, then you're not the person that's just like, you're not Brett Ratner that's like, let's spend all the money and get some strippers.
Unless you're Francis Ford Coppola and you make Megalopolis.
Well, I will say that was his own money, I know. It was a vision.
And I haven't seen it, so I can't say if it's good or bad.
Look, Coppola has made some stinks.
Yeah.
But even his stinks are intriguing because he's an artist, and
and he also made some of the best movies ever made.
Of course.
So, like, even his stinks are somewhat interesting,
yes,
at least.
because he's an he's a filmmaker, he's an auteur, he's an artist. He those type of guys. Sometimes, like he or Terry Gilliam, they take risks and try something completely different, and sometimes it fails, but they're spectacular failures.
Yeah, totally. So while Friday the 13th Part 2 made money, it wasn't as successful as the first film, but enough to warrant another film. Friday the 13th Part 3 was released in 1982 in 3D.
Oh, I saw that too. I remember, I think it was the one big 3D thing was, I think they shot a spear gun.
Yeah, there's something with a spear gun. I remember that. Yeah. It was not a good movie. But also, again, directed by Steve Miner.
They also did 3D TV. Do you remember that? Like, they would show some movies or something in 3D. Yeah. And then it'd be like, make sure to get your TV guide this week because you get your 3D glasses.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh, it was so stupid.
Well, it was fun. I mean, at least we had fun stuff back then.
Didn't work. I know, but it just never really work.
I miss the time of gimmicks and weirdness because, it was creative. It was fun. It was weird.
I know. I agree. Part 3 definitely had a higher budget than Part 2, but made more money, so that's good. The second movie, I think, only made like $10 million, but it was on like a $2 million budget, so it made money.
It was pretty much the same movie. I remember it too. It just was at the camp, and there was just a lot more nudity.
All three of them are the same movie. It's just that Jason Voorhees happened to be the killer instead of his mom. I mean, that was it. That's really the only difference.
Was 2 the one with Crispin Glover, or was that 1?
No. Wait, no, he wasn't in 1.
Oh, he was in Crispin Glover was in the one with Corey Feldman, right?
I think that was Part 4.
Yeah.
I think it was 4, because I think then it became the final chapter, which was 5. There's so many of these stupid movies.
It's insane.
They're not stupid. They're just the carbon copies of the same movie.
Dude, most of them are stupid. You were absolutely right.
Although I will say, Part 2 still had my favorite Jason, where he was wearing the sack over his face with the one eye hole rather than the hockey mask. It was Part 3 that brought in the hockey mask, and that's when it became like every single movie was the same.
1, 2, and 4 are good.
Yeah.
I think
4 is fine, and I haven't seen 3 in a long time, so I don't know. But then it falls off after that.
There's one. I think 3 isn't 3 the one where the guy. It's like the school of effed up kids, and I don't know, man. They all run together.
I don't know. It's October. I'll just watch all of them.
Well, there's one of them where it's not even Jason. It's one of the the
other
troubled kids
they were trying to do. Maybe that's 3.
I don't know. All I remember is little Corey Feldman shaving his head and pretending to be baby Jason.
He was such a weirdo in that movie.
So good, though.
He was good, yeah. And Crispin Glover's dancing.
Yes. Hey, man, stop making fun of me, man. I'm not a virgin,
He was so intensely serious about his dancing.
He's so intensely serious
That's
about
literally
everything.
all I remember about that movie. And then little baby Jason, Corey Feldman, baby Jason.
And the twins. Wasn't there twins in that? Like... that were making fun of Crispin Glover?
I literally just said all I remember is I don't know. Probably.
And Crispin Glover.
I don't remember them being twins.
Well, there was also his best friend who was just C-blocking him the entire time.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, wow, that was a very long speed bump about Friday the 13th. Listen to our Friday the 13th episode.
It's spooky season.
It'll make more sense. So after seeing Twilight Zone the movie in 1983, Fred Dekker got a group of friends together to make an independent anthology movie.
Let's do it without killing anybody.
All right, well, I'm sure someone at least thought it at one point.
That's what was on the T-shirts. Production T-shirts.
No one dies this time!
Yes. Let's keep it
death-free. So awful. The friends included Steve Miner, Shane Black, and Ethan Wiley.
Interesting.
Yeah. While the anthology movie never got off the ground, the 15-page segment that Dekker wrote would be adapted and expanded by Ethan Wiley into a full feature film, which he called House.
Okay.
Dekker's original story was a straight-up horror story. All of the humor in House was added in by Ethan Wiley.
Fred was horrified that I turned it into this funny, off-the-wall movie.
I don't think Fred Dekker liked what he did with it.
Well, nobody likes to see their script changed. Nobody does.
Yeah.
Look, there's a certain pride that you have.
Sure.
You know, and especially if you're trying to make a straight-up scary horror movie and some guy comes in and gives it the goof.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard to...
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
It takes a very secure person to be able to kind of go with that flow.
Just hand it over and forget about it. Yeah.
And that comes with age.
Yeah. Wiley started his career as a theater director and playwright before getting hooked up with FX guru Chris Wallace at Industrial Light and Magic, working on the special effects for Return of the Jedi, Gremlins, and Romancing the Stone.
Woohoo!
Steve Miner loved the script that Wiley wrote and saw House as a transition movie to show that he could do more than just straight-up horror.
Okay.
With Steve Miner directing and a script from Ethan Wiley completed, the production moved into casting. To keep costs down, they opted to hire mostly TV actors.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Well, you know.
Well, back then, it was very distinctive.
Yes.
There were TV actors and there were film actors, and very, 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 very few TV actors graduated to film stardom.
Yeah.
They tried.
That always like, we gotta go get into the big leagues.
Ooh, I'm looking at you, Tom Selleck. Yeah. They tried so hard to make him a movie star. I wanted it. We all wanted it. But they just did not give him very good parts. If he would have had Indiana Jones.
I know. He would have been huge.
Wouldn't have had Magnum, though.
No.
And I need both Magnum and Indiana Jones, so I'm glad.
William Katt was cast as Roger Cobb. Katt was born in L.A. to actor parents Bill Williams, originally known as Katt, and Barbara Hale. Williams was known for playing the title role in The Adventures of Kit Carson, appearing in 105 episodes between 1951 and 1955.
He was a Nippo baby.
William Katt was a Nippo baby. Hale was known for playing legal secretary Della Street in all 271 episodes of Perry Mason between 57 and 66.
Oh, man. Perry Mason, the bane of any 8-year-old homesick from school. That 1 hour. Let me tell you something, Della. We got the wrong guy up there. We got to get the right... It was always the wrong guy. Always. Yeah. And it's not him on the stand. It's you, Mr. Johnson.
It
was me.
She earned a 1959 Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a drama series for it.
She was great. It was a good show.
It was a good show. It was fine. It just wasn't something I want to watch when I'm 9.
No.
It's also worth noting that she lived in 94, passing away in 2017.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, acting is an easy job.
Katt's film debut was in 1971 at the age of 21 in The Late Liz, but it was his next film in 1976 that broke him into the national spotlight, playing high school senior Tommy Ross in Carrie.
That weird opening song.
Yeah. God, it's such a good movie.
So good.
Such a good movie.
Such gratuitous, awful shower scene in the beginning. But yeah, he was great, man.
Katt auditioned for the role of Luke Skywalker, barely being beaten out by Mark Hamill.
They're very, very similar.
Yes.
I'm glad, though. Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
There's nobody else that could have done it.
No, he was. I agree.
Just like Harrison Ford's Han Solo. There's just nobody else. I mean, they could have done it, but it's perfect.
It'd be weird.
Yeah.
And there would always be something kind of off, and it wouldn't have had the magic that it had.
And I don't think, as much as I like Katt, he didn't have what it took to play the innocent, naive farm boy.
No.
He's just got a little bit too much gravitas.
Yeah,
he wouldn't. Not gravitas, but there's just...
Seeing Luke as the whiny farm boy at the beginning and then becoming a Jedi warrior, I just don't think William Katt could have pulled that off.
I agree.
Yeah. In 1978, Katt appeared in Big Wednesday, directed by John Milius, starring Jan Michael Vincent, and Gary Busey.
Oh, Gary Busey. Oh, there must have been a lot of drinking and drugs on that set.
Everyone was coated in whiskey all the time.
Coated?
Yeah, because they were just drinking so much. Nice. It was just splashing everywhere. Katt's mother, Barbara Hale, actually played his mother in the movie.
I want my mom to play my mom.
He played a surfer, becoming so known to the surfing community through the movie that in 2004 he presented one of the Association of Surfing Professionals Awards at their annual World Championship Tour ceremony. At this time, he wasn't working much because he was very choosy with the parts he was taking.
Okay, you can be when you come from a rich family.
Yeah. In 1981, he was cast in his most remembered part as Ralph Hinckley in The Greatest American Hero, appearing in 45 episodes over 3 seasons.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who would it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Funny story. Did you know that after John Hinckley Jr. shot President Reagan, they changed his name to Hadley?
Hadley? I thought it was Henley.
Hadley.
Hadley.
But it was only for like 4 episodes, and then they changed it back.
Which was so stupid because all the kids called him Mr. H anyway. Yeah, so they just could have kept up with Mr. H. It was one of those knee-jerk stupid reactions.
It was just so dumb.
We don't want to convince him with the guy that tried to kill Reagan.
Yeah. In 1982, due to the success of the first season of The Greatest American Hero, Katt signed to MCA and released a soft rock album called Secret Smiles under the name Billy Katt.
Yeah. That happened way too much. Bruce Willis? It's like Bruce Willis with his Return of Bruno album. I'm going to get you that album and make you listen to it because it's nothing but harmonica. You'll kill yourself.
Yep. Also, I love the fact that it's called Secret Smiles. It sounds like it's like music for pedophiles.
I know. It sounds like something coming from Jeffrey Epstein's compound.
Look out, there's Secret Smiles.
I'm going to send you the Secret Smiles album.
In 1985, along with House, Katt appeared in Baby Secret Lost Legend with Sean Young, Patrick McGowan, and Julian Fellows.
Oh, I saw that movie in the theater.
I know I saw it. I don't think I saw it in the theater, but I definitely saw it. It was on one of those that was on like Showtime every day.
Well, the dinosaur was horrible, and that's why the movie sucked. Is because Baby was this bad robot dinosaur.
Yeah.
It was Diplodocus or whatever, what they used to call brontosauruses.
Apatosaurus.
Apatosaurus. They don't call them brontosauruses anymore, do they?
No, but they're called something else.
Right. Well, anyway, at the time, they referred to it as a brontosaurus.
No, in the movie they call it Apatosaurus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm an idiot.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the movie was terrible. It was just not good.
No.
Between 1985 and 1988, Katt starred in 9 Perry Mason television films, playing the role of private detective Paul Drake Jr., son of Paul Drake, a fictional private detective in the Perry Mason television series.
Yep.
Katt co-starred with his mother, who reprised her role of Della Street from the Perry Mason television series. She actually appeared in all 30 Perry Mason TV movies that aired between 1985 and 1995.
30?
Too many in 10 years. Too many.
That's 3 a year.
Oh, too many. God, it's like it wasn't bad enough there's 271 episodes of the show. You gotta add 30 TV movies?
I'm getting really tired of playing this character. How many times can the wrong guy be confused, can be arrested for the crime?
Apparently about 300 times.
Yes. I'm getting a little suspect that this legal system is not as good as we thought it was.
Justice is not blind.
Good thing I'm here.
Katt's career kind of fell off after this, appearing in a lot of B movies, like Cyborg 3, The Recycler in 1994.
Yeah, I met him when I was working for Corman.
Oh, yeah.
And he had just, I think it was something Rain. I don't remember the name of the movie, but he had just done a Corman movie.
Yeah, I almost included it. I didn't.
Yeah. And so we went to this party, and he was there, and he was nice enough. Also, there's like goofy college kids like, oh, man, we love Greatest American Hero. You were great. Yeah. And I think he was just like, yeah. That was my glory days, and they're over. And
that was like 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
And it wasn't like this was like a crappy apartment house party. This wasn't like some big Hollywood thing. And there were a few like quotey quote stars in it. Yeah. But it was like this crappy rap party for whatever movie it was. And he was nice enough not to. He put up with our crap for longer than he should have until he was like, all right, fellas.
Yeah, we're done. He was also in Problem Child 3, Junior in Love in 1995.
The fact that they made 3 of those goddamn movies makes me want to...
He was also in AVH, Alien vs. Hunter in 2007, which I'm pretty sure was an Asylum knockoff of Alien vs. Predator.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like it.
Because that is where old white guys go to die. He most recently appeared in Pursuit, released direct-to-video in 2022, starring Emile Hirsch and John Cusack.
Okay, I like John Cusack.
It looks awful.
What the hell happened to John Cusack?
And John Cusack, just looking at the poster for it, he looks terrible.
Oh, he does. And he has not made a good movie. What happened to him?
I don't know. I feel
so badly. I loved him so much.
He doesn't have the young look anymore, so now it's like he could never transition to being an old actor.
It seemed like he was on the way back when he did that Prime show that was pretty good, and he was like the tech guy or whatever.
Yeah.
But then now he's just doing horrible B movies.
It's awful.
People are done with him.
Yeah.
I just want to say, before we move on, William Katt looks amazing.
Oh, yes. If you go to his Wikipedia page... The photo that's there is from 2024. The guy's 73 or 74 years old, and he looks incredible.
He looks like he's 60.
He looks so good.
I wish I could look like that. I don't look as good as him now, and I'm 20 years younger than him.
It's really impressive. He looks so good.
Yeah, check him out. It's usually very jarring when you look at the people that we were talking about and what they look like today. It's like, oh my God. But no, man, he's got some good genes.
Yeah, that was later when we talk about Michael Ensign. We'll talk about how he does not look anything like himself anymore.
Oh, no.
It's creepy.
Super creepy.
George Wendt was cast as Harold Gorton, the neighbor.
Norm!
Yeah, Norm. Wendt was born in Chicago, one of 9 children with 6 sisters and 2 brothers.
That's why he's so fat. That's why he's so fat, because when he was a kid, he was scrambling for food. And then when he finally got money, he was like, nobody's going to tell me I can't eat.
I'm eating what I want.
Yep.
Wendt was the uncle of actor and former Saturday Night Live writer and cast member Jason Sudeikis, his sister Catherine's son.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so weird. Yeah. So random.
I love Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
So talented. What a talented family.
He attended the University of Notre Dame until he was expelled after receiving a 0 GPA during the first semester of his junior year.
Why does that seem so George Wendt?
Well, his reasoning is even better. He recalled in 2016...
I basically quit and didn't inform the university. I'd moved off campus my junior year, and I didn't think it through. I didn't have a car, it was cold, and I never went to class.
It was cold, I didn't want to walk, so I just failed out.
I had a very similar experience my freshman year.
Oh, yeah?
We just stayed up all night. I would sleep until about 2 in the afternoon, wake up, get a sandwich, and watch Magnum, and then never went to class. And I was going to fail out of college.
Yeah.
But I was fairly charming back then, and I was able to talk all my teachers into giving me a second chance. But oh my God, dude. I have never been in such a hole that I didn't think I was going to get out.
Wow.
But I got out of it.
Nice.
I was very lucky. Thank you, Boston University teachers, for throwing a little mercy on this asshole.
Wendt graduated from Second City in Chicago in 1975.
Nice. Yep. That's where he got his comedy chops.
He met his wife there, who appeared on Cheers as Cliff's Halloween date in the 3rd season and voiced Norm's never-seen wife, Vera.
Vera!
Yeah, just the only time you thought you were going to see her during the Thanksgiving episode, and then she took a pie to the face.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that show so much.
So good.
One of the best. Oh, yeah. In the early 80s, Wendt guest on some TV shows and appeared in My Bodyguard and Somewhere in Time.
I forgot he was in My Bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen it. So
well, we're going to cover it.
I know. We've been talking about covering it for 4 years.
Chris Makepeace, baby.
Yeah. In 1982, he started the role that everyone would remember him for, being cast as Norm on Cheers.
Norm!
He appeared in all 275 episodes over 11 seasons.
Hey, Sammy.
Yeah. Hey, Sammy. How's it going? He always had it. It was so good.
He had the greatest. Good. How you doing, Mr. Peterson?
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. He's so good. Wendt also would appear in the films
Airplane 2, the sequel, Dreamscape, No Small Affair, Fletch, Gung Ho, Guilty by Suspicion, and Forever Young. He was great in Fletch as the kind of informant guy that was on the beach in the little shack.
Oh, yeah. And I thought he was great in Gung Ho. It was one of my favorite comedies when I was young.
He was so good in Gung Ho. As he's just great at playing everyman.
Yeah.
Whether it's a factory worker or a barfly or a weird neighbor.
Yeah, he is so relatable.
There is a humanity to every character that George Wendt played that makes him inherently likable.
Yeah. After 2000, Wendt started doing more theater work, appearing in 12 Angry Men, Hairspray, and Elf the Musical.
Hairspray? Did he play the mom?
Edna Turnblad.
Excellent.
He did. In fact, he did it twice. He reprised the role like 15 years later on Broadway.
He was the nicest man. I ran into him all the time at Whole Foods. And, and I would say hi. I wouldn't be like, hi. I just, just like, hi. And he'd be like, hey. And it was a neighborhood thing. It was like seeing your neighbor. And, we never engage in very long conversations. But it'd be like, hey, how you doing? Good, how you doing? And very, very nice, gregarious guy.
I worked with him a number of times at the Steve Allen Theater.
Oh, nice.
He was such a nice dude.
Yeah.
Just always professional, always ready. Didn't talk much, but this was also, he was a little older at this point. But, he came in and had a good time. He had such good comedy, such good comedic timing.
He was a person who realized how incredibly lucky he was.
Yeah.
And embraced that, never forgot it, and was a very humble and generous artist.
Yeah. Yeah. His final role was in Love's Second Act, a direct-to-streaming film starring Jodie Sweetin.
Oh, nice. From Full House.
Yeah. Sadly, Wendt died in his sleep at his home in Los Angeles on May 20th, 2025 at the age of 76 from cardiac arrest.
Oh, man. I wonder. Oh, that's so
That
sad.
was just a matter of time. There was a whole other list of maladies, but I didn't want to make this super depressing.
Yeah.
So, like, it just, yeah.
Look, if you don't take care of yourself when you're younger, it catches up to you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, and this sounds terrible, but he was a big guy, and he smoked a lot.
Yep.
He drank a lot. He ate a lot. I don't know if he really drank in real life or not, but, like, he smoked a lot. And it's a good thing he made it to 76.
Look, man, enjoy your life. Live it however you want to live it, as long
Yeah.
as it doesn't hurt anybody else. And, the guy just, he had his appetites, and that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah. Richard Moll was cast as Big Ben. Moll was born in Pasadena and was 6 feet tall by the age of 12.
Scary. Could you imagine going to school with that guy?
No.
He must have got bullied. He
Yeah.
probably had a tough time as a kid.
I imagine. His feature film debut was in Brigham in 1977, playing Joseph Smith, the founder of the Latter-day Saints movement.
Bizarre.
Very weird.
I kind of want to see that now.
I think maybe Joseph Smith was really tall, but I don't know.
Look, I don't think people were clamoring to be in the Joseph Smith story
No.
back then.
While appearing in some TV shows, his big size and deep voice pigeonholed him into certain character types.
Yeah, bad guys.
Yeah, pretty much. In Caveman in 1981, he appeared as the Abominable Snowman, starring Ringo Starr, Dennis Quaid, and Shelley Long.
I have a soft spot for that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. There was a lot of people falling in giant piles of dinosaur poop.
Oh, yeah.
Lot of poop.
That's, I think, the only thing I remember from that.
That and when they pushed the giant pterodactyl egg off the cliff.
Right.
And it landed in the geyser and it cooked the egg. And then everybody realized what cooked food was like. And it was very funny.
He also appeared in The Sword and the Sorcerer in 1982, appearing as the sorcerer Zushia. I don't know how everyone to say it.
Oh, yeah, baby. That was the one with Lee Horsley.
Lee Horsley and Simon McCorkindale.
Yes. Oh, I loved that movie as a kid.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well, I was a big Lee Horsley fan from that show he did. It was like he was a oil man and a private detective or something. I forget the name of it. It was like Texas Joe.
We've talked about him before.
Yeah.
I think during the Cannonball Run episode, we talked about Lee Horsley.
Pretty sure, because we did talk about Sword and Sorcery before. But the one thing that I remember from Sword and Sorcery is at one point Lee Horsley gets crucified.
Lord.
They literally put nails through his hands.
Wow.
And then he pulls the nails out.
Because he's tougher than that.
Yeah.
He's
really
Lee Horsley.
He's Lee Horsley.
Richard Moll was also in Metal Storm, The Destruction of Jared Sin in 1983, playing Hurok, a nomad warrior with a shaved head.
Of course.
Yeah. The producers of the TV sitcom Night Court liked the look so much in his audition that they asked him to keep it.
He was so good as Bull.
Oh, he was so good.
He found this is an actor who found his role. It's like the Katt distribution system. Sometimes an actor finds a role. Look, George Wendt with Norm.
Yeah.
Richard Moll with Night Court. These were roles that were made for these guys.
Yeah.
And they made the most out of them. And they're iconic.
Yeah.
They're iconic sitcom stars.
He played Bailiff Aristotle Nostradamus Bull Shannon on Night Court in 193 episodes over 9 seasons from 84 to 92.
I totally forgot his full name.
Aristotle Nostradamus. Yeah.
Okay, Harry.
He's so good. I love that show so much.
Good.
It's part of my favorite sitcom of all time.
They're not going to be doing a reunion show of that anytime.
Funny enough, I never watched the new show.
Oh.
Didn't watch a single second of it.
Neither did I.
It's probably why it got canceled.
Because of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Moll continued to appear on TV, appearing in over 15 TV movies, guesting on a ton of TV shows, and providing the voice of Harvey Dent on Batman the Animated Series for 13 episodes.
He was great. He was great. That show was great. One of the best Batman products.
Yeah.
Products.
Moll's final appearance was in 2018 with a small part in Sleigh Bells, starring Barry Bostwick as Santa Claus.
Okay. You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel when you got Barry Bostwick as your Santa Claus.
Makes me laugh every time. Moll then retired to Big Bear Lake in California, throwing himself into bird watching.
That so does not sound surprising to me for some reason.
He apparently was an avid bird watcher for his entire life, and when he retired, he was like, "This is all I'm doing.
Nice.
That's it." Sadly, he died in his home in Big Bear Lake on October 26, 2023, at the age of 80.
Hey, for a guy that big, that's a pretty long career.
He had a good run. Yeah.
He was great. Richard Moll, not the best actor in the world, and
no, had a lane, and it was a very narrow lane.
But again, he sped through that lane like nobody's business.
Oh, man. He was so good. Yeah, he swallowed up every role he did.
Well, the thing is, he wasn't a great bad guy because he was more of a comedic actor.
Yeah.
And there was always something about him that was like, okay, it's Richard Moll. But when he got the part in Night Court,
it was perfect.
The nuance to that role. I mean, he could have just been a big, scary lurch guy.
Yeah.
But throughout the evolution of Bull and the little nuance to his character, he's a great character on that show. Yeah. It's not just some,
No, there was levels to him that were incredible, and it was good. He was written very well, and he played it perfectly.
I'm so glad he got that part because it gave him the career that we deserved.
Yes, exactly. Kay Lenz was cast as Sandy Sinclair. I thought that she was related to Bethany Joy Lenz from One Tree Hill. She is not.
Okay.
They are not related at all. Despite literally looking exactly the same and having the same last name, they are not related
Weird, or maybe she just doesn't want to be known as Kay Lenz.
Also went into a weird rabbit hole. Bethany Joy Lenz didn't know this, but when I was working on One Tree Hill, she was in a cult the entire time she was on that show.
NXIVM?
No, I don't know what the cult was. Oh. She wrote a whole book about it, but like...
She got out?
Yeah, she got out. But it was like, she was like, all my castmates the whole time just kept being like, you need to get the hell out of there. But I had no idea.
So weird. It's like Smallville with...
Yeah, the blonde. I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. But I was surprised because I met her a few times and she was very nice. And like, when she'd come in at the end of the season to do...
Well, Adam, nice people are usually the ones that get...
I know. Look, man, I interviewed Kevin Spacey, and he was really nice, too.
But he was...
And look where that led me.
Well, look, he was a sociopath, pretending to be nice, but she was probably really nice. Cults prey on empathetic, nice people that are sad and looking for some sort of belonging.
The amazing thing is she got out and then she wrote a whole book about it, and it was interesting. Part of me kind of wants to read it because I'm curious to see. Like she thought it was normal. She thought it was totally normal.
That stuff fascinates me. Yeah. The cult that the Phoenix family grew up in, and just so weird and scary.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Kay Lenz, who is not related to Bethany Joy Lenz, she started acting at 14, appearing in 3 episodes of This Is the Life and an episode of The Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah.
Her feature film debut was in American Graffiti in 1973.
I don't remember her.
She was a small part. That same year, she had her first lead role in Breezy, directed by Clint Eastwood, starring opposite William Holden.
First of all, no idea Clint Eastwood directed that film.
Really?
But it is basically... William Holden is 1,000 years old, and she's 8, and they have an affair.
So young,
and it is so
off-putting.
Kind of, but William Holden is such a charismatic, amazing actor in person. Yeah. It's hard not to like him, but it's a really weird movie. I barely remember it. I just remember she was running around naked through half of it, and and she was really. It's weird. I'm fascinated that it was a Clint Eastwood movie now.
I am fascinated by the fact that Clint Eastwood directed a movie that he wasn't in.
Well,
like this. Lenz's movie career never really took off, but she was a staple on television, appearing in
McCloud, Cannon, Rich Man, Poor Man, How the West Was Won, Hill Street Blues, Simon and Simon, Magnum P.I., The Fall Guy, Cagney and Lacey, Matt Houston, Murder. That's the one we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, Matt Houston. With Lee Horsley.
Matt Houston with Lee Horsley. Murder, She Wrote. Riptide, MacGyver, Hunter, Mr. Belvedere, Charles in Charge, Moonlighting, Midnight Caller, The Tick, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Touched by an Angel, ER, Once and Again, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, JAG, NCIS, CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, Cold Case, Bones, and Adventure Time.
She was nominated for 3 Emmy Awards, Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Miniseries or Movie for Rich Man, Poor Man. That was in the early 80s.
Oh, yeah, that was a juggernaut.
Huge. Nominated twice for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama Series for Midnight Caller, which she actually won in 1989, but then lost in 1990.
Oh, okay. Midnight Caller was a good show.
It's funny. It's one of those that I kind of remember commercials and stuff for, but I was way too young to be watching it. Yeah. And so I don't think I ever saw it, but I was always very intrigued by the show.
Yeah. She was kind of bimbo-y in the beginning of her career.
Yeah.
and she grew into a much better actress, but I think kind of her earlier stuff plagued her a little bit.
Yeah. She also was nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series for Reasonable Doubts, which she did not win.
No.
She most recently can be seen in Sallyland, a comedy about a filmmaker becoming obsessed with Sally Kirkland.
That sounds great.
It's weird.
I love Sally
I can't
Kirkland.
figure out. It's a drama movie or like a fictional movie, but it's definitely Sally Kirkland in it, playing herself.
Sally Kirkland is still alive?
Apparently.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the whole thing is weird. I need to figure out more about it. It's just very odd.
Sally Kirkland is such an interesting weirdo. There's something about her that always intrigued me, and I really like her.
It has a ton of people in it. The Sallyland movie, like all these actors that were really big in the 70s and 80s that are still alive are in this movie.
Sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah. Mary Steven was cast as Tanya. Steven is a Swedish model and won Miss World in 1977.
Beautiful eyes.
Very beautiful, yeah. Her feature film debut was in Octopussy in 1983 as a non-speaking Bond girl.
Octopussy.
That was...
No, that was Roger Moore.
It was Roger Moore.
Yes.
It's funny, though, because every time I think of Octopussy, I think of it in his accent, and it's totally not him.
No,
It's
more
like Octopussy.
Octopussy.
Octopussy?
Yes, no.
Yeah. She appeared in the next Bond film as well, A View to a Kill in 1985 with a much bigger part.
A View to a Kill.
As Roger Moore wrote in his memoir, everybody was dying to leave right off on the sunset on a surfboard with Mary Steven. Yeah. She had a cameo in Caddyshack 2 and appeared in Alien Terminator in 1988, which, again, Alien Terminator is so generic, but part of me wants to see it. I'm sure it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
In 1989, she had a part in Howling 5, The Rebirth.
Oh, the best Howling movie of them all.
And I'm still shocked every time I hear that, A, there were 5 Howling movies, and B, that they were all done before 1990.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so bizarre to me.
The Howling was great. It was a kind of a reimagining of a Wolfman movie, or Wolf People.
Wolf People, yeah. Wolf Persons, they like to be called.
Thank you. But it had, much like American Werewolf in London, it had a really impressive transformation scene.
Right.
And that's what kind of got people.
That's all I remember from The Howling.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what most people do.
They paid $15 to watch 30 seconds of the guy transforming. Yeah. On TV, she appeared in 2 episodes of The Days and Nights of Molly Dodd, 1 episode of Night Court, and 2 episodes of Twin Peaks in 1990.
I remember her from
She played Heba or something, or Hira or Heba or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, and I remember her from Caddyshack 2. I think she was Chevy Chase's something.
She's only acted sporadically since 1990. She most recently appeared in Barking Mad in 2021.
That was a show about dogs that it was a dog that was diagnosed with disease, and then the dog decides to make meth to support its puppies.
Right.
And it was originally going to be called Barking Bad, but...
Okay. I'll take it. Michael Ensign was cast as Chet Parker, the real estate agent. Ensign is one of those people. He made his first credited appearance in 1978's Midnight Express, directed by Alan Parker and written by Oliver Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Before House, he made notable appearances in 1978's Superman as a newscaster, and in 1982 with Pink Floyd The Wall as a hotel manager. He also appeared in War Games in 1983 and played the hotel manager of the Sedgwick in Ghostbusters in 84.
I'm not paying it.
Not paying it.
I'll just put it back. Okay. He was also in All of Me.
Yes.
Which we listened to our All of Me show.
Which we just covered recently. He very quickly became known as that guy actor who people would recognize but never knew his name.
Yes, very good at playing Snooty.
He's appeared in hundreds of TV shows and films. He also has done voiceover for a number of video games. He played Dr. Nefarious Tropy in the Crash Bandicoot series.
Oh.
He was in Bioshock 2.
Oh.
He was in L.A. Noire.
Oh.
And he was in Infamous 2.
Oh.
He's still around at 79, but hasn't appeared on TV or film since 2018.
Well, all those games are great.
Yeah. Yeah, he has hundreds of credits, and it's 100% that guy that you recognize but don't know his name.
What an amazing dude. And I always have a mad amount of respect for character actors that can have a 40, 50-year career.
Yeah.
It just shows that they're good dudes to work with, and they just come in. They are the bread and butter of this industry. Without these guys that can be anything, movies would suck.
Susan French was cast as Aunt Elizabeth Hooper. French first appeared in 2 Broadway plays, worked in radio, and was a photographic stylist for 3 national magazines.
Ooh.
She and her sister worked as riveters for Douglas Aircraft during World War II, and she helped start a theater group there.
Nice.
In 1964, she founded Theater 40 in Beverly Hills, a theater group that is still putting on shows 60-plus years later.
Man, these theater people... It's funny because you're like, oh, she didn't have that much career. But she was a lover of theater. That's where her heart was and soul was.
Yeah. In fact, it was so much that her first TV appearance wasn't even until 1965 as a cleaning woman on an episode of the Alfred Hitchcock Hour.
Okay.
Her feature film debut was in 1968 with The Impossible Years, starring David Niven. She didn't have another credited appearance until Jaws 2 in 1978.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the following year, she appeared in the TV movie Captain America 2, Death Too Soon.
Oh, that was so good. Best Captain America movie ever made.
The one that was on TV movie on CBS.
Yep.
And they totally made him look completely different.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Well,
he was a blonde, what's his name? Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers. I preferred the 1990 awful Roger Corman version.
That was a good one, too. This one had another failed athlete as actor playing Steve.
Yeah. In 1980, she appeared in Somewhere in Time as the older version of Elise, played by Jane Seymour.
Yeah.
She was also she was in Airport 75, and we thought that she was the stowaway woman, but the stowaway woman was Helen Hayes from the first Airport movie, not the 14 sequels later where they kept doing it.
Yeah, I realized that.
Yeah. Helen Hayes is fantastic.
Amazing.
She only appeared, Susan French only appeared in a handful of movies along with House, but worked steadily on TV, including...
Quincy M.E., Bare Essence, Little House on the Prairie, Remington Steele, Cagney and Lacey, Falcon Crest, Dallas, L.A. Law, Perfect Stranger, Moonlighting, Quantum Leap, Father Dowling Mysteries, Star Trek, The Next Generation, Grace Under Fire, and Picket Fences. I remember her on Moonlighting. She was great. She was just one of those actors that didn't make it until she was older and then was in everything.
Well, when she came on, she looked like she was 80, and she stayed looking like she was 80 for like 35 years.
Yep.
And it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the old lady.
You
okay.
100% would recognize her if you saw a picture.
Her final feature film role was in the live-action adaptation of the manga Fist of the North Star, released in 1995, which also featured Gary Daniels, Costas Mandylor, Chris Penn, Asako Washio, and Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never seen this. I have no idea. It looks terrible.
She was great in this movie as the aunt who kills herself.
Yeah.
And comes back as a ghost. And she was really effective. I liked her.
Yeah.
I thought she was really good.
She's really good. Sadly, she died on April 6, 2003 after a long illness at the age of 91.
Okay. Well, I hate the long illness part.
Yeah.
I think everybody, if you make it to 80, then from then on, whenever you die, you should die in your sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
That should be the rule.
I agree. Alan Autry was cast as one of the police officers.
Ooh.
Comes in and almost finds his dead wife's body.
He looks like a weird off-brand Jim Belushi.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like a Timo Jim Belushi.
Then known as Carlos Brown, Autry played 3 games in the NFL, starting as quarterback for the Green Bay Packers in 1976.
Wait a minute, Adam. Wait a minute. Are you about to tell me that somebody who failed at their athletic career became an actor?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Yeah. After he was cut from the team by Coach Bart Starr, he moved to Hollywood to become an actor.
Naturally. The backup plan for every athlete ever.
You're handsome and I don't know, man.
You know my theory.
I know. It's just sad how true your theory is all the time.
Well, it's very sad, but it's it just goes to show you acting is the easiest job in the world.
Yeah. Autry started acting under the name Carlos Brown, appearing in Remember My Name in 1978, his feature film debut.
Nice.
North Dallas 40 in 1979. Surprise, playing an athlete.
Yeah, well.
He was also in Popeye in 1980. He played Slug, one of Brutus's... Or Bluto's.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bluto?
There was Bluto and Brutus, but I think Bluto was in this one.
Bluto was it was one of his peons or whatever. Yeah.
I am what I am. That's all that I am.
Your favorite movie of all time, Popeye?
Ooh, hey. Yeah, with friggin' Ron Williams. I loved Popeye as a kid, and I was so disappointed in that movie.
I know. Well, we're definitely going to be covering it at some point.
Hey, it's going to give me a little bit of spinach. And he hated spinach in the movie.
Yeah.
Stupid.
He was also in Southern Comfort in 1981. While filming Southern Comfort, his father, Carl Autry Sr., who Autry had never met, found Carl's name in the telephone book and met Autry on location in Shreveport.
Yeah. Hey, kid's got some money now. Let's see what's up.
Shocker! Afterwards, Autry made the decision to return to his birth surname of Autry, calling himself Alan instead of Carlos.
Oof.
Yeah.
Daddy issues.
Yeah. Autry appeared in Brewster's Millions, Nomads, and At Close Range, among others.
Oh, yeah. At Close Range is such a good movie.
It is.
I love that movie. It's so underrated with Christopher Walken and Sean Penn and Sean Penn's brother, Chris. Yeah. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? We got the money. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do?
He might be most well known for his part in The Heat of the Night, the TV show based on the movie starring Carol O'Connor.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He appeared in 146 episodes between 88 and 95.
Yep.
Shortly after this, he returned home and left his career behind.
I realized that God had moved into my life like never before. I realized what God and the power of Jesus Christ was.
Yeah, he said this on the 700 Club. Apparently, he became super religious and left Hollywood because it was evil, I guess.
All right.
By 1996, he was divorced and became a born-again Christian and began to devote much of his time to working with charitable causes.
Okay, great.
Part of his newfound religion was the fact that he was rabidly addicted to drugs and alcohol during his time in Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah. In 2000, he was elected as mayor of Fresno, California, running as a Republican. He would win re-election in 2004.
Interesting. I wonder if our friend Jana knows him. We'll have to... she knows every old actor, though.
She does.
She's a picture with all of them.
But, yeah. He has since returned to acting, most recently appearing in 4 episodes of 911 Lone Star.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, he about 2017, 2016, like, he got back into acting, and he's been doing a bunch of TV stuff.
Hey, man, life is a journey, and you go where you go, and you do what you do, and hey, I'm not going to disparage anybody for what they believe.
Yeah. Stephen Williams was cast as the other police officer.
The other one?
Williams made a career of playing police officers, usually being in charge.
Stephen Williams was so good on 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. Williams made his acting debut in the 1975 film Cooley High. He has gone on to appear in
The Blues Brothers, Dr. Detroit, Missing in Action 2, The Beginning, Better Off Dead, The Forbidden Dance, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, and Birds of Prey, and The Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
While Williams has appeared in a bunch of films, his real bread and butter was on TV, appearing in 6 episodes of The Equalizer in 85, 97 episodes of 21 Jump Street from 87 to 91.
Oh, yeah, that's where I remember. He was so good on that show. They first had a different commander. He was this goofy guy, character actor, but he was like this hippie kind of. I think it might have been Max Gale. I'm not 100% sure. Love Max Gale. But when they brought in Stephen Williams, that whole show changed because he had the gravitas.
Yeah. He's so good. He is so good. And I also really like the fact that both the police officers that come to the house in-house end up playing essentially commanders of police forces in 2 very different TV shows.
Yeah, they got promotions.
Yeah. He was also in 6 episodes of The 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage in 1991, playing Blackjack Savage.
That was really fun. It was like, it's a great cult
It
show.
sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
He was in 48 episodes of LA Heat from 97 to 99, 16 episodes of Legacy from 98 to 99, 35 episodes of Lynx from 98 to 2000, playing Russell Lincoln.
Okay.
14 episodes of The X-Files from 94 to 2002, playing Mr. X.
So good as Mr. X.
God, you look at him and it's like, I have to listen to everything you say.
He has such gravitas to him. He's got like resting authoritarian face.
Yeah.
He's just like, okay, whatever you say.
Yeah.
Steven.
He was in 6 episodes of The Leftovers in 2015.
Oh, nice.
6 episodes of Supernatural from 2008 to 2015, playing Rufus Turner.
Rufus Turner, oh my God, one of the hunters, friends with Sam and Dean, cowboy hat. Oh boy,
yeah.
He was so good. He was like one of the. You got to watch that show. You will absolutely love it. But Supernatural is one of the best horror shows ever on TV.
Yeah.
They had such great guest stars, and he was so good. And the recurring characters they had are awesome, and he was one of my favorites.
That's awesome. He was in 3 episodes of Yellowstone, 5 episodes of Lock and Key, 13 episodes of The Chi, and a ton of TV movies and one-off guest appearances. I mean, the guy's been in hundreds of TV shows.
He was great in Yellowstone. I just, watched that last year or so, and he was such a welcome sight on that show.
Yeah. He most recently can be seen in 6 episodes of FBI Most Wanted. The man is still working a lot all the time.
He looks amazing. He looks exactly the same.
He's so good.
And again, one of my favorite character actors. I loved him so much starting on 21 Jump Street. Well, starting on this probably, and then have followed his career and watched him ever since.
Cameos in the movie include Felix Silla as one of the little critters. Silla played Cousin It in The Addams Family, appearing in 17 episodes. He was a little person.
Isn't that what Cousin It did?
Which, the funny thing is that I found out, going through this, that Cousin It, in the comics, Cousin It was in one panel of the entire run of the comics.
Oh, wow.
And they took him and put him on the show, and he became so popular that he was included in everything after that.
Well, people love hair monsters.
Yeah. It was just funny.
Well, you know why? Because he was very similar to the monster in the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Yes.
Monsters say the most interesting things.
Yeah. Jerry Marin was also one of the little critters, the other little critters. Marin was the last surviving adult munchkin from The Wizard of Oz until his death in 2018.
Wasn't he also in...
I do believe that he was
Under the Rainbow?
Under the Rainbow.
Yeah.
Mindy Sterling was the woman in bookstore as the woman in line. Sterling is most recognizable as Frau Farbissina from the Austin Powers series. Steve Miner's son plays the boy that is thrust upon Roger to babysit.
That poor little boy.
Oh my God, that one scene where it's so obvious that he just wants his mom or his dad. That was not acting.
No.
It was sad.
It made me so sad. And also, what kind of weirdo meets a guy for 5 minutes and then brings her son... Okay, first red flag. You find that he has taken your son into the bathroom, and your son comes out crying, and he's like, no, everything's fine. So that's kind of like, I think I'm going to take my kid.
She didn't seem like the greatest mother.
No, the child was just an accessory that could also be a nuisance.
Yeah. So production started with exterior shots of Mill's View, a Victorian-style home first built in 1887 and located on Melrose Avenue in Monrovia, California.
It's another thing, too. The house wasn't spooky. Like the outside of the house.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a regular Pasadena house.
I know.
Well, it's also the way the lighting and the way that they shot it. It was shot so much during the day that it lost that sense of horror, scariness. I kind of wish they would have opened it up at like a stormy night or something.
Yeah, something a little more. Yeah, I agree. Production designer Greg Fonseca and a crew of 5 spent about 4 weeks modifying the existing Victorian manor that included repainting the whole of the exterior, bordering the front yard with a wrought iron fence supported by stone pillars, and attaching foam spires to the roof.
Okay.
They tried to make it spookier.
The inside was what was spooky.
Yeah. The final 6 weeks of production moved operations to Renmar Studios in Hollywood, where 2 floors of the interior of the Monrovia house were recreated on sound stages, as is really obvious when the monster comes out of the closet and shakes the entire wall.
I know.
Almost bends it over, knocks it down.
It was it
was so obviously a set.
It was such an Ed Wood moment.
Yeah, it very much was. A total of 7 monsters were designed and fabricated for the production. These creatures, which included the OB Switch, the zombified corpse of Big Ben, 3 demonic kids, the flying skull-faced monster in the void, the plaque-mounted marlin that comes to life, and the war demon in the closet, were constructed by 17 special effects artists over a period of 3.5 months.
Those were great. They did an amazing job.
Yes.
The one scene that I remembered the most was the flying thing spinning the shotgun and then shooting it.
Oh my God, yes. It was so like, what are you doing? Yeah. The war demon in particular was an elaborately built puppet measuring 18 feet, fully mechanized, operated by 15 people, and featured a fully working lower bowel system.
Okay.
In addition to puppetry and animatronics, stop motion and actors in rubber suits were used to create the monsters.
They did a good job.
The guy that was in the corpse of Big Ben was not Richard Moll. It was actually a very tall, skinny tennis player.
Oh.
And complained a lot that when he was getting beat up, the suit was harder than he thought it was going to be. So he was bruised all over from inside the suit. Yeah.
Got to test the suit, people.
Yeah. They probably just ran out of money. It's like, yeah.
Well, they didn't care back then.
The film originally ended with an unrelated monster in the pool that needed to be defeated to rescue the boy, but Steve Miner wondered if the missing boy could be tied to the Vietnam subplot.
More It's more cohesive that way.
I agree. I'm glad that they changed it.
Yeah.
Roger originally dropped from the rope into the water, that was after the spinny shotgun shot.
Right.
He found his boy fighting a monster underwater and then fought to rescue him before surfacing in the pool. Wiley agreed on Miner's Point and wrote a new ending, which works to bring it all together.
It really, it would have been thin.
It wouldn't have. It would have just been like, oh, okay.
And it's like, what? The kid was fighting a monster in the water for a year?
There would have been no, payoff to the Big Ben stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, that just blows my mind that they even considered not doing that.
Yeah, if you're not going to connect the Vietnam story to the story, then why
is it there at all?
It's superfluous
to make it weird.
Yeah.
Them rising from the pool was the original end, but they added the arrival of a skeletal Big Ben to wrap it all up neatly. Kane Hodder, who was the stunt coordinator of the film, has played icon Jason Voorhees more than anyone else in 4 of the Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah.
He was actually on screen when when Roger Cobb cuts up the fat witch.
Oh.
And then with the hand, that's actually Kane Hodder.
Oh, nice.
Where he's inside the bag, and they stuffed him inside the bag, and he was doing the hand thing. Yeah. The first early screening for industry professionals was a disaster. Nothing worked, but Steve Miner knew that there was something here, so he took it back to the editing room. 4 weeks later, they emerged with a final cut, complete with score, music cues, and smarter editing, and it was a big success.
Nice.
House had a limited theatrical release on December 6th, 1985. Reviews were mixed. Janet Maslin of the New York Times wrote,
"Scares are not its strong suit, but it has a trim, bright look and better performances than might be expected."
All right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Variety wrote,
"Though much of this nonsense is played tongue-in-cheek, an audience can hardly be expected to swallow the screenplay's arbitrary approach to Cobb's character."
Yeah, okay.
Again, I think they're reviewing the movie they want to see rather than the movie that they saw.
Agreed. House went into wide release on February 28th, 1986 and grossed $5.9 million, missing first place to Pretty in Pink. Although Sean S. Cunningham would argue that House was number 1 that weekend, but missed it by about $150,000 according to box office receipts.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Sean S. Cunningham is literally P.T. Barnum and will sell you whatever he's selling. It doesn't matter. By the end of its run, House grossed $22.1 million worldwide, of which $19.4 million was from the North American box office against a $3 million budget.
Not bad.
The film did well enough to warrant 3 sequels. House 2, The Second Story, released in 1987.
I saw that one.
This one had another story by Fred Dekker, but was written and directed by Ethan Wiley in his directorial debut.
Okay.
It's a standalone sequel with a new cast that included John Ratzenberger and Bill Maher.
Oh, weird. I now want to see this.
I think that they were both... I think John Ratzenberger played the neighbor, but I think Bill Maher was a much smaller part.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because he's not a good actor.
No, he is not. House 2 would make $10 million from a $3 million budget. Which then, of course, they made House 3, The Horror Show, which was released in 1989. Another standalone sequel, the only creative team member that came back was Sean S. Cunningham producing. It stars Lance Henriksen and Brian James.
I like both of them.
It made just over $1.7 million against a $4 million budget.
Uh-oh.
Bad. Regardless, they did a House 4 anyway. House 4, The Repossession, which was released in 1992. And this technically could be considered a sequel to the original House because William Katt came back to reprise the role of Roger Cobb for the movie. Again, the only creative team member from the original film was producer Sean S. Cunningham. One critic called it
a fitting way to bring the House franchise to a conclusion.
I assume you've not seen House 4?
No.
William Katt's only in it for like 5 minutes.
What? I kind of want to watch all of them.
He's remarried and he has another kid, and there's a car accident and he dies.
Oh.
And his his daughter is paralyzed.
Oh.
Yeah. But then they're in
so
the
it's
house.
A comedy.
It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if the other movies had comedic twinges to them or not.
Well,
I would
pretty sure
think they would.
I remember 2 did. And
Okay.
Look, you're not going to have Cliff Clavin in there doing straight up drama. Or Bill Maher, for that matter.
Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, I think they lean more into comedy on the second one.
That seems right.
I'll have to. I'm really curious. I think I'm going to at least watch the second one before the Stepdad show.
I'm pretty sure they're all on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So, yeah. But House is definitely on Paramount Plus. Check it out. Look, it's spooky season. It's a fun movie. It's goofy. The creature design is incredible.
Creatures are really great. It's very 80s.
It's a very 80s movie.
But William Katt is serviceable, and he has really good moments in it.
Mm-hmm.
George Wendt is perfect.
Just steals the movie.
Exactly, steals the movie. Kay Lenz is fine. Richard Moll, he's way over the top, but he's fun to watch. It's a lighter Vietnam tale.
Yes.
Very cliched.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun watch. Again, get your friends, grab a couple beers.
Yeah.
Maybe do a house too.
Yeah. I would agree.
A double feature. It'll be fun. You Gen Xers will love it because you remember what pacing was like back then.
Yeah.
But your kids might be a little bored. Again, show them to your kids. Get us the feedback.
Yeah.
What is Generation Y? What is it? What are they?
Z.
Z?
A.
What does the Generation Z think of?
Yeah.
It would probably give you that millennial stare or whatever.
Gen Z stare?
The Gen Z stare.
Millennials is a different generation.
I don't know. Anything but Gen X is bullshit.
Oh, sure.
Not true. But again,
this movie's definitely worth a see.
I know that this month, again, much like many of the months this year, are windows into my childhood, and I definitely have some thick old nostalgia glasses on this one.
Yeah.
But in the pantheon of horror comedies, I think it's tier 2, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, it's better than a lot of horror movies out there.
Yeah.
Not as good as some of the great horror movies, but it's worth a see, and it's fun.
And they didn't make a lot of haunted house movies. Back then. And it's fun to see something that's a little different, and like Adam said, the creature design really makes it stand out.
So gross.
And I think that's really why it became the hit that it did, is because it was a little bit different, it was a little bit funny, but the creatures were just so effing weird.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll be back next week with April Fool's Day, which is delving into my childhood because I loved this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've not seen it in 30 years, so hopefully it's still good.
I loved it, too. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good.
I think it will, to be honest. I think it's going to stand up.
I hope so. We'll see.
I'm
tune in
so
next week.
excited. So excited for April Fool's Day.
You should have killed me, Roger. You should have killed me when you had your chance. With Robert. God damn it. With Robert Culp. I think Fred was horrified that I turned it into a. Luke.
Yeah. Because
about
obviously
greatest American hero.
he is.
Just kidding.
Well, if he had succeeded, he would be.
Oh! The Secret Service is coming after us.
Her final feature film role was in the live-action adaptation of the manga Fist of the North.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, The $6 Million Man, already in progress.